Grammar School, and where I teach 9th grade world history and 10th grade 8th world history. And what I want to talk to you is about the road trip that we took through Turkey, so a little bit lighter than some of the more emotional, passionate experiences that I have to follow, unfortunately. So these are some of the sites that we got to see. They didn't actually look like this, in case you were wondering. They were not cartoons. So what I really like about summer vacations is the opportunity to go on road trips. I think it's a really fantastic way to get to know a region or to know a country. So if you ever have traveled through the US in some way, you get to know that different parts of the US are quite different from the South here in Texas. And so that was fascinating for me to see all the different parts of Turkey, and we got to do it while traveling in this lovely coach tour bus with our driver Ishmael and his and our tour guide Orhan, the terrible, or as I like to call him, the magnificent, because I learned so many things from him, and his son and Ishmael's son as well. So one of the things, obviously, when you look out the window, that's the easiest thing when you're on a road trip, is you get to see the wonderful landscapes. So here up at the top, you get to see, and how do we use that? At the top. There we go. All right, there's the Bosphorus. So we're just hanging out in Istanbul, and you get to see the Bosphorus and the Black Sea and the Sea of Marmara, and it's pretty impressive. As we drive inland, we would pass mountains and ski resorts and end up in the town of Bursa, where you had a wonderful silk trading center. So imagine you're traveling on the Silk Road and you end up in Bursa here. We passed along the Aegean Sea and had lovely sunset dinners just looking out over the sea and at the Greek islands around it. It's curious to see too. Traveling inland again, we would see the olive groves out the window, and we traveled to remote little villages that were once Greek as well. And then interesting sights even further inland of the mineral springs that have turned the hillsides white and with pollution a little bit of orange and brown. But these mineral springs at Pamukkale, and then the rock formations in the Cappadocia region. And then finally we would see cities and the landscape of Ankara. So all of that we got to witness over our 2-week trip. More importantly, we got to feed our bellies of the wonderful Turkish food, which you've got to participate in some of the delights today. So to me, we don't see restaurants like this in Houston. And it was just amazing to see the setting that all of this wonderful food was in. So we had a couple of, a variety of different restaurants. So it's, outside Bursa, in the Cappadocia region, this was like a rock cave. We're sitting in these different rock sections, these little cave-like sections. This was in Suleiman's Mosque. They had a soup kitchen at the back where they used to feed the poor out of this restaurant. Now it's a fancy restaurant, and if you're wealthy, you can eat there. And we were treated to a delicious meal there. But this tree, right, has been there since the 16th century. So very impressive. Anatolia region, so inland, you can see some of the traditions of the Anatolian pastoralists with their muskets. They've been very powerful warriors to take over the Byzantine Empire. And then I thought, including this image here, just because you can see all the delicious food that we got to eat, but this woman who cooks all that food, she learned English just so she could teach the TCF teachers who would come about all of those foods in our language, and I thought that was really special. I like to look for the unique things on road trips, and so there are some things that you probably wouldn't find in Houston or the US. Outside of every single museum that we went to, which I think we counted up over like 26 different museums that we attended, you would have bazaars, little bazaars. And this one, genuine, if anyone hasn't caught it yet, you could get your real Fay watch, right? You can get it there, but only there. That's the only place you can get it there. This may not look like a gas station to you, but this is a gas station. So I wish our gas stations looked like that. I'd probably frequent them more. But you have gentlemen hanging out, getting their tea, while we would stop and refuel and go in. Phone booths, we don't see those very much anymore either, but this one looks like it's from the Jetsons. We took several ferries, and along the ferries you would find infomercials. And so this man was a live infomercial. He was selling us a lemon squeezer. So you stick it into your lemon and you squeeze, and he made it look so easy. He was pouring it too often either. But most importantly, people. Right? So traveling allows you to get to know the people of the region. And so we encountered the friendliest people. Like these women who were just traveling on a ferry who didn't mind that we just sat down next to them and started talking to them in a language they didn't understand, and they were talking back to us in a language we didn't understand, but we smiled and took a picture. The Turkish teachers that joined us, so two teachers who got to share with us their experiences, and we are a common bond over teaching. The students, so here these students are dancing and singing and performing Starships by Nicki Minaj, right? They're learning English, and that's how they're learning English. I don't know if that troubles you, but it troubles me. This gentleman on the bus, this man came on the bus, it was the 4th of July, and he came on the bus to sing to us. So right after we sang our national anthem, he came and sang us a Turkish song. And then I was taking a picture of this whirling dervish, and this gentleman stopped by to get in the picture, and I said, "You have to whirl." And so he turned around and he whirled for me. So I was taking the picture. And these children, they look familiar. Rita was showing me stuff. But their father also came, one of their fathers, and he played us a song because that's what he likes to do. And he sang a song and played a song for us. And then this is a famous puppeteer, the shadow puppets that Versus is also known for. And they had no problem sharing what they love to do with us. And that's why I loved her. Thank you.
Thank you so much for preparing the presentations. I know it took a lot of work to pick one topic or several topics and talk about them in a short period of time, but I think we all felt the essence of their experience. So I'm going to open it up to questions now, and I'll go ahead and ask the first question. Can you